Hey there guys, it's your boy tattooedbert coming at you with another review. This time I got a hardware review, the jaybro noisy cricket from wismech. So this is a nice little mod, dual 18650 mechanical, little mechanical mod. 22 millimeter RDA is really what you want to use on this. It sits flush, as you can see. It sits nice and flush on here. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take this up close and get a better look at it, shall we? All right. Well, as we can see here, I went ahead and took off the RDA on it. Now, the positive, on the positive side, so let me try to do this down here. You have this little ring. If I can get it off, come on. There we go. All right. Now, as you can tell, this is a hybrid mod. So this ring here is what goes on your positive end. It has a little recess side on it on one side. That is the side that you want to go onto your battery. And the side here that sits flush is what screws on to your RDA. Now, you want to make sure, like I said, this is a hybrid mod. So you want to make sure to have an RDA that has a 510 that protrudes out enough. So it's protruding out past the screws right here, like this one is here. So it makes contact with the battery and does not short out. Now, the way that you change your batteries is, of course, I'll go ahead and put this back on for just a second. The way that you end up having to change your batteries is you take off the positive side, and the negative side here, this is your fire button, little Delrim fire button. Normally what I do is I have a little screwdriver here that I use for building. You can also use a coin. But you can just take, just like this, unscrew it, fairly easy. Just give it a couple of turns, and then you should be able to grip it with your fingers and twist it out. Like so. And that's how you change your batteries. Now, as it sits right now, neither tube is neither positive nor negative. It all depends on how you put your batteries in. And you can get go ahead and give you a good look on the inside. There's like a little rocker switch, little rocker in there. Looks like a little seesaw. That's what helps you make your connections. So when you hit your fire button, it pushes the positive side of the battery down, making contact with that little rocker plate in there, which in turn kicks up, pushes the positive side of the other battery into your firing pin, or the 510 pin of your RDA, and makes full contact. So the way that you you tell which side is going to be your positive, which side is going to be your negative, is depending on which way you put your batteries. So let's say I put the positive side up on this side. On this side here, you want to put the negative side up, like so. Now, whatever side is has a negative up, that's where you want to put your fire button on. Just put it on like that, screw it down. Now, I would recommend actually doing it this way, putting the fire button on first rather than putting the RDA on first, because this thing does have a kind of a hair trigger, which I will show you here shortly. Now, with the positive battery up, that's where you want to put your atomizer. Like so. Now, like I said, this thing does have kind of a hair trigger. Barely pushing on it makes it fire, as you can see here. Now, this is a series box. On freshly charged batteries, you're going to pull somewhere around 7.6 to 8.4 volts, roughly. Now, you want to make sure to build accordingly. The build I have in here is a dual coil, 0.5 ohm. I would not recommend going any lower than a 0.5 because, well, as you can see, it does produce a good amount of vapor at a 0.5. And for safety issues, I would seriously not recommend going much lower than a 0.5. Just be very careful with this because, like I said, it is a straight mech box. And you can end up hurting yourself very easily with this. One other thing, too, that I really do like about this is the venting on here. The battery venting. As you can see down here, here's your vent holes. And I like the fact that they got the cutout extending the hole. So there's a lot more ventilation on there than really it looks like. And for the size, like I said, it's only about 22 millimeters wide. So you really want to have a 22 millimeter RDA on here. Sits nice and flush. Anything bigger than that really will be hitting the fire pin, and you won't be able to, or the firing button rather, and really you won't be able to use it. So, you know, the industry standard seems to be 22 millimeter RDA. That's really what you want to stick with on here. It looks great. It's a nice little small mod, and it hits like a truck. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and go back up to the normal view and finish this up. All right. Personally, I do like this little mod. It is fairly small. I do have larger hands, so it is a little small in my hand, but it fits fairly nicely. Kicking the pinky out and hitting the fire button with it. And like I said, with a 0.5 build in it, it kicks like a mule. It hits hard. Now, as for where you can find this, at the time of the this taping, I found it on 3F Vapes. I will put a link down in the description. You can find it on 3F Vapes right now for $18.99. That's a damn good price. Now, when it comes to drawbacks on here, the only drawback really that I can see is the fact that to change your batteries out, you have to take the firing button off and the RDA off to change your batteries, but that is kind of a minor thing, especially for 20 bucks for such a great little mod that, you know, hits like a truck. Nice, fairly lightweight. Most of your weight's in your batteries, and yeah, I love this thing. Actually, a friend of mine, Yeti's uncle, sent this to me. And Yeti, thank you very, very much for that. As a matter of fact, you can find both Yeti's uncle and myself and several other people on myvapeshack.org if you want to come check us out. So come by, check us out, and actually I'll put a link down in the description for that as well if you want to try it. You know, come hang out, talk, chat, well, you know, BS, have a good time. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. Please, if you like this video and you want to see more, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, you know, leave a comment down below, share this video around, you know, all that good stuff. But thank you all for watching, and as always, guys, vape hard, but vape safe.